Welcome back. I haven't filmed in a very long time. I think it's been like a year and a half or so. But I had some things I had to take care of and things to do and some things that happened. So we're back. There's been a name change. AGMF now. Gone is a thrill and build cricket because, you know, I honestly didn't really enjoy making this channel with that name. I couldn't come up with something at that time. And being off, I have came up with AGMF. Now there is meaning behind it. You guys can leave it in the comments if you think you know what it is. For those of you that know what it is, let's give it a minute for them to figure it out, or some time. But yeah, so let's get right on it. So this is what we're doing today. It's a 95 Acura Integra. Type R conversion, hood, headlights, fenders, front bumper, the whole 9 yards. B series, obviously. Now, through the grapevine, I found out that this is JV Built's old car. That is not the original engine in it. This is a different engine. But yeah, so what we're doing on this right now is the boy that I'm working on it for, he got the car not running. The original engine, I guess, blew up, and then this engine, I guess the wiring caught fire. I don't know the exact backstory. All I know is he got it not running with a burnt harness, and he was asking a lot of people to do wiring. Now, sounds simple enough, but this engine bay is shaved. Like, they shaved everything. They shaved, you know, whoever shaved it, you know, they shaved it, you know. They did a decent job. It's not bad. The problem is the harness that burned in it was designed to be tucked the way they had it, which is fine. I'm not knocking who initially did the wiring tuck on it, because it was really decently done. A lot of it I would do the same, but you know, we all have our personal ways of doing things. Some of it I wouldn't have done, but that's neither here nor there. Now, I had to do the whole chassis harness and engine harness swap. But when I looked at the car, being that it was shaved and it needed to be tucked, I ended up having to tuck the chassis harness. And currently right now I am in the middle of tucking the engine harness, which you see right over there. Now, I say now a lot, don't I? Anyways, let's take a look real quick. It might not have too much light. Let me grab my phone, even though the battery might be dead on it. But I'll show you what I have underneath the dash for now. It's just because I'm not finished. I just needed it there, get it running. So, here's the fuse box. Sorry if I'm handling this camera wrong. It's been a minute. Engine bay fuse box, ECU with the Honda in it. The battery has been relocated underneath the dash. Right over here, there's plenty of room. These grounds, I'm gonna tie up someplace else. The passenger side harness, now it breaks off. This is for headlights and fan control. This one goes to your door, power window, speakers, blah blah blah. This side is loose right now because I'm not finished tying it up. I wanted to move on to the engine harness and get that done, so it's running and tie up all the loose ends. I will be doing, you know, the deck install, blah blah blah, and the rest of that crap. Now, as I said, he got a new harness from Back Half, which, you know, Benny guys, they're all cool, and he got everything he needed to get with the harness, and yeah, everything was there. So, thank you guys. But some things that don't come with that harness, either because he didn't ask or they just didn't have it. They didn't have a dash harness. The ignition harness is pretty bunked up. I didn't get to that yet. It does work, but they chopped into this and to do God knows what, maybe turbo timer. I have no idea, but I'm going to have to fix that. But that is easy because I'm just going to put it back to the stock routing, solder everything in, and yes, indeed, easy peasy. Now, the deck harness side, I am going to be wiring the deck in, just so he doesn't have to. I'm also going to be running a wire from the Honda out somewhere so that he doesn't have to go in there, or whoever's going to tune it doesn't have to go in there and find the hole and plug it in and all that jazz. Now, let me get my phone. That being said, everything does work except for the gauge cluster lights. Anyway, that's something I'm going to figure out. It's either the cluster or whatnot, but the fuel gauge, RPM, speedometer, coolant, all that works. Headlights, everything works. Like I said, a lot of it I did already, so it's like, sorry I didn't film it, but to be honest, I wasn't gonna start filming for AGMF. This wasn't supposed to be the first car. The first car is supposed to be the Kraken that I jumped back on in video, but you know, I talked to JV Built a lot, and kind of kicked me in the ass a little bit and said, you need to film every day, you need to jump on, you need to get to it already. Everybody would like to see this wiring bit. I personally don't think so, because it's wiring. Yes, it's hard, but it's a lot of, I'm gonna stand there and solder and cut and do this and do that and wrap, and I mean, if you guys want to see that, awesome. So let's get to doing some wiring.
I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with meaning. I'll do what I love till my heart stops beating. I'm feeding this demon. Got a taste, can't erase bitterness in my face. Work a job every day till your dreams fade away. Like a card, never change, play the game that we say. I need a break. Time staying strong, need to move on to be what I want. I'll keep dreaming.
Okay, so I know you see it in the video. I'll explain what I'm doing. I'm extending the main powers. You usually lead to this block right over here. You probably can't see it, but this right here. These are the main powers for the injectors. Now, I'm black taping it together because there's no sense of leaving it like this while I'm trying to make it nice and trying to plan my route. So this cheap, I don't know, 79 cents, whatever it costs, black tape. It's mainly used just to hold the wiring harness together so I get my rough map. You know, once I'm done, go ahead and put some Super 88 on it. You can see, and then I got some covering for it too, just to protect it from elements. You know. But I figure, cut the time lapse real quick, let you know what I'm doing. Try to keep you guys more informed than you know, the other filming that I previously have done, which is me just getting there and just working. You know, if you guys want to know what I'm doing, kind of more in depth, you know, maybe I should explain a little bit more. Maybe you guys be a little bit more entertained. I don't know. Drop down in the comments, let me know. It's getting there. So we have the injectors in right now. Alternator plugged in. I do have the main battery harness already wired at the starter, alternator, fuse box. The hard wiring is for the power and the grounds. Those are done. But oil pickup on the back. I believe that's for gauge. I'm not 100% certain. Someone drop it down in the comments. I can't remember every single car that I wire or deal with and what sensor does what. I just know that which one needs to be there and which ones don't. I can't remember exactly their function or what they do, but that deals with oil. So that's done. Injectors, like I said, alternators done. Wiring harness is thrown back there in a route that I would like it to be. I'm thinking now we move on to IAC, TPMS, and map side. More of the same. Cut, mark, install, run, repeat. Kind of rinse and repeat. See if I can do this one-handed. Let's see if I'm talented like them major YouTube brothers. Okay, so TPS, plug it in here. Map, plug it in there. This is, I believe, IAC. So I have a small little crevice I have to run this through, which is back this side. Yeah, it is very difficult to do this one-handed. They brought us props that are doing this on a daily. The camera in hand, damn, you guys are good. Get all this crap through. Get the wire bound up. Plug the IAC in. Find the right orientation, which that is not it. No, there we go. This way. Nice click. All right. Come down here in this hot mess. You know what? I'm gonna put this in there. Come right back to you guys. All right, I hope this works. You can see everything. I had to make another magnet mount, but yeah. Let's start pulling it out. Alright, so here it is. Yeah, so injectors, TPS, map, IAC, oil, alternator, speed sensor, reverse switch, starter signal, coolant, distributor, VTEC. I believe this is for oil too. I'm not 100% certain. I believe this is for oil water. These two I'm not exactly certain. I just know where they go. So yeah. So now obviously you can see I have a bunch of tags everywhere. The ones for the sensors I can relatively pull off once I get to them. But I have to start putting these ones like C2, C1, AA2, ground. You know, I gotta start putting these together. This right here is not marked, but I know this is the ground. Like, so if you guys know Hondas, there's that main ground that goes behind the, or on top the thermostat housing. So there's two set of ground to come off it. One set is black, another set is brown. So, brown with the black stripe, ground, and of course the black is ground. Which I have cut out, so you know what? I'll show you guys real quick. Grab this. So here's that ground. As you can see, here's a brown, here's a black, here's a black. Now if you look closely on that, I don't know if anybody's ever taken a look at the ground. They just know it's a ground. One side is black, the other side is brown. Black, black. So if you didn't know, now you know. The reason I do all these markers, which it should be obvious, but it's not. So the reason I do these markers, this blue tape, and I have, you know, C2 stuff like that, and, you know, this one got AA. For one, it's probably more than likely it's because I cut them at different times. So instead of me trying to go and dig back through what I cut or how I started marking, you know, A through Z, which I probably didn't get to Z, but I probably ended somewhere around, I don't know, F, G. Anyways, I can't remember. Instead of wasting time going back and digging, I mark it C2. Now, I probably cut it again because I have AA here. Now, when I start doing AA like that, or double letters, that's probably the third time I cut through the harness, and I want to keep it marked to know where I'm going. But this is the point, long story short, of why I do that. So, white and green. Now I could try to find a white and green and put it with a white and green, but to know 100% where it came from, here's C2, here's C2. I know that these go together. So this is why I mark them. If you're trying to play with wiring and you think it's a big deal, which a lot of people think it is, just go ahead and mark them before you even cut them. I mean, shred the harness like how I do, but before you cut anything, mark them. Okay, so now that side is in, let's go ahead and put the tranny side in. And now I gotta pull it all out. So, I'm gonna go in the house, call it a night. We'll pick up tomorrow. Pretty much right where I left off. What we have to finish is VTEC wire. Once it's in the car, we're gonna test fit again in the car, and then we're gonna pull it out. Everything looks good, everything works. Obviously, we're gonna start the car with the new harness in it because I don't want to wrap it up with new stuff just to tear it down because I might have did something wrong, which I don't think I did. It's looking good. I have complete faith in what I did and how I did it, and I know it's gonna be solid. So we're gonna put it in the car tomorrow, fire it up. Actually, I gotta change the plugs, so these plugs are fouled. But change the plugs, lay the harness, wire up the VTEC, start the car, test it out, pull it back out, wrap it up, lay it back in the car pretty and nice, how it needs to be. I have a couple odds and ends on the front. I gotta do the reverse switch wiring harness. That's fast, 2 wires. And then I have a couple more things to do in the car. The deck, the door speakers, and tidy up some wiring. And then this thing will be ready to go. So, calling it for tonight. I'll see you guys tomorrow, bright and early. Alright, cool. So it's the next day. I did say bright and early, didn't say early. So, a couple things I did. Before filming, I did change the spark plugs, re-gap them. I laid the harness in. Like I said, I still gotta wire up the VTEC wiring harness part, the solenoid, and the one that plugs into the ECU in the car. But I don't need that to start and check my harness. VTEC, you know, it only pops at a certain RPM, so it ain't gonna pop idling. Anyways, I have the harness laid in. Injectors are only plugged in. Trans harness distributor. All the jazz back there. So I'm gonna go in the car and then fire it up, and then yeah, we'll continue. Hopefully it runs. It'll run. So for now, I'm gonna shut it off. Everything seems to be working good. Pull the harness out and then strap the harness up so we can lay it in all pretty. Alright, so the engine's harness is all wrapped up, looking real slick. Looking real good. You know. Yes, indeed. So, I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the car. Alright, so I kind of started, forgot to turn the camera on. So, we're jumping into it. I already just got the injectors plugged in just now. Those are plugged in. Now I'm doing the IAC, TPS, and map. So I'm gonna jump you guys into time lapse. Alright, so I finished the wiring harness, engine, the battery, wrapped all those up. It's installed, nice and tucked away. Car has a lot more to do. We're gonna be doing a lot more stuff to it in the future. The dude just gotta save up some money, buy some more parts, and then we'll be back on it. But like I showed you guys, the wiring harness is tucked in here. I put the interior back together best I could. It was in pieces when I got it. Don't mind the stuff on the floor. So, you know, he's all done up underneath there. Now, set you guys down. I didn't wire in the deck, and I didn't do the speakers. Now I don't want to film that because, I mean, come on, you guys should know how to wire up your own deck and speakers. No, the main part was just doing the chassis harness and the engine harness. So, that being said, this is done. So I guess this is the outro. Next video is coming soon. I don't know what yet, but it will be coming soon. So you know the drill. Like, comment, share, subscribe, leave a dislike if you want. I'll catch you guys on the next one.